Oops. I keep
Hey,
doing
you were
that.
actually right that time.
Yeah, I
Oh,
keep doing that. Thank you. Welcome to another amazing episode of the Daywalkers. That's your boy Trey Proper. We're here with my co-hosts. Guys, go ahead and introduce yourselves around the panel.
as everyone knows, it's your local Dragon Chills here. You know, give y'all that news and all that other good stuff we about to give y'all.
It's your boy Gadoni here, spitting on some fighting game knowledge. Let's go.
It's your boy here, Gen 86, aka Hitman, fighting game extraordinaire right here, baby. Conor Baker.
Didn't we say pick one name? I thought we said
Uniformity,
that.
sir. Uniformity.
That's okay. It's me, RO Nemesis. You can find me at Twitch TV /RO_Nemesis, and I'm here to finish them quickly.
Okay.
Oh, you finish somebody quickly, but it
We're
ain't
having
gonna
a
be.
lot of.
Gadoni, I'm gonna be
with the
nice today
bad
on stream.
jokes.
You better be nice today
All
too.
right. I'm done. That's it.
That's your one. Just
Hey,
know
hey,
for that one, Tanner
hey,
coming
wait.
in full.
You set that one up, and I knocked it out of the park. I can't help that. That was.
Is that how you get your sex most of the time? You just knock it out of the park?
And here it goes.
Already
Here it
starting.
goes.
Let's go.
All right.
Anyway.
So
That was your one. That's it. No more. Let's go.
Got a great show. This week, we are talking about a passion that we all share, fighting games. We are going to be discussing their characters, some of our favorites, and some of the ones we hated. And it's going to be pretty much a good, valuable discussion going around. So let's start things first off. I'm going to pass it over to the big dog, Dragon, because you got the notes. I didn't get a chance to write down my damn notes.
So
I'm just going to be honest.
we're gonna pass it up.
I'm failing.
We're gonna pass it up to Hitman as he comes up with the content creator of the week.
There we go. See, this is why I do my notes, because then I have a structure. God,
I know.
Trey, do better.
It's all right.
Okay.
man.
So today's content creator, we have somebody that's homegrown from the DMV area. Her name is the Purple Sharpie, but if you know her personally, like I do, we just call her Sharpie. All right. She started in FGC 2012 Smash Brothers Melee. All right. She started off her career with us, competitive gaming. Okay. So she turned also into a content creator, the jack of all trades. She does things like event hosting, official tournament organizing. She used to compete and then commentary as well. The games she commentates are DBZ, League of Legends, Skullgirls, and then Fighting Herds. Commentated at events like Combo Breaker, Climb Castle, Final Round, NEC, Winter Brawl, and Youmacon. Well, a lot of people would say one of the hardest, if not the hardest working person in FGC as we know it. All right. And she just goes above and beyond in anything she does. And one small fact about it is she's also a co-founder of organization called the Combo Queens, where basically like they organize tournaments for just females to compete in, to keep, that group, still, even though they're all a part of us, is something like, the girls can get, and do their own thing. But she is definitely one of a kind, though. I definitely love her work ethic, and I definitely love everything she's done for our community to help it grow.
Well, isn't she the first female content creator we've had on here too?
No.
Okay.
No.
Lita Bobita was the first one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, my bad.
Yeah.
I apologize, guys. I apologize.
It's cool.
My memory right
all
now is a little
herself.
bit wonky. It's fuzzy.
Alcohol.
Those are
It
the
does
same,
that to
unlike
people.
mine.
Yeah,
I'm
alcohol.
so cold sober right now, Gadoni.
No, I would meant
It's not
Trey.
fair. I don't want to be, but I have to be.
I mean, you should
You
really be
choose to
careful with
be.
that alcohol there.
As he's pouring another one.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Not at all.
He's like, you should be careful with that alcohol.
Guys,
It's a
let
illusion.
Hitman finish. I'm sorry, Hitman. Go ahead.
Hear me before. You can find her at all the socials, all the same. The Purple Sharpie, DA Purple Sharpie.
Conformity. That's good.
Uniformity.
Oh, uniformity. That's right.
Yes, that is a lesson that should be taught around the world. Actually, I found her on TikTok. I didn't even know that she did all that, so I'm a little bit
She
amazed.
does a little bit of everything.
I did a duet with her where she was like, duet with me, and it's the Year of the Blue Words, and she says, admit the other person is a better fighter, game fighter, or something like that, and I was like, oh, fuck ass. No, I'm not doing that. No.
And
no.
there we go with the first one of the night already.
Ooh, my bad. See,
It's Trey. It's always Trey.
It's always me. It's always me. I'm
It's
sorry.
alright.
Gidoni broke the
sorry.
first insult. Trey dropped the first F-bomb.
I did. Yeah,
And you
Ro
guys tell me
followed
to
it.
behave.
Wait.
You guys tell
Ro
me.
followed it up with the second insult. It's all good.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
And then Darren is just Darren.
all
I-
right.
I
keep
want
the
to get an
ball rolling.
on-screen counter for how many times I insult somebody in a stream because this could be really bad.
Oh,
It wouldn't be enough. There'd
See,
be
if
too
you'd
many.
have told me that in advance, I'd have had it for you. Be like, ting.
Next week we're gonna do this.
Next week.
How
we
many
have
times?
A
Next week.
curse
How many
counter?
times do I put the
Oh,
smart
man.
Wait, I thought we were gonna get a bleep button for whenever anybody was gonna swear.
I'm
That
gonna
was
be-
that was something I'm actually working on. I'm trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
incorporate it with my stream
Yeah,
deck.
because
so I can
you
actually
don't know
still
when
button.
I'm going to do it, so that's
No,
why.
we
I said
don't know.
I'd have to
It-
tell you.
But
I'm
for me,
about
I
to
do. I know when I'm gonna do it, and I'll bleep myself out.
I'll take. I'm already going
I'll
to
be over
tell
here
you
doing
now.
Morse
This
code on the
episode.
keyboard.
Hold on. I'm going to tell y'all now. This episode, you're going to hear a lot of things. If you're not used to us, and this is going to be rare form for all of us. So.
Wait, starting with like, I'm sorry. On this episode, please realize we will be swearing an ass ton because we are going to get heated about which fighting games are going to be the best.
Oh boy. All right.
Tony
so-
said that with some fierce tone.
Who's got this thing going in the background?
Somebody got somebody playing in the background?
Yeah, somebody tell me.
Yeah, somebody had it in the
But-
background.
Yeah. So, do we have a throwback game of the week that we're doing?
No, we don't. For this week's episode, we don't have a throwback because we're going to have a whole bunch of throwbacks that everyone's picking.
Fair
What?
enough.
I thought,
So
we
let's-
had I thought we had a throwback.
No, we didn't.
I thought we had that throwback.
You picked the throwback, Darren.
Def
did?
Jam. Def Jam.
I forgot about it.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh,
I forgot all
this is
about
one
that.
I
That was
will
your
never
throwback
have notes
game,
again.
and you forgot about it.
Epic
did.
fail on the host party. There it
Hey,
is.
hey, yes, we did have one. I forgot all about that one because
you picked it.
I
The
did.
cool thing is, as your friends, we got your back, and we're here to shame you for it too.
Oh,
I expect nothing less from you.
All right. So, since you dropped the ball on that one, go ahead and tell us, for those who are the uninitiated,
Right.
explain to them what the throwback game was.
So the throwback game I forgot about with the main one pictures and everything I had to do this week was going to be Def Jam Fight for New York. It is the throwback fighting game that everyone loved and would love for it to come back. Please, whoever is making it, if you can, please bring it back. I don't care what system it's on, just bring it back for us. We all loved it. It was a great game. Please, just for the fighting game community. This was a
That
game
joke.
where it took all your favorite Def Jam artists and brought them into life into a fighting game. From Ghostface Killer, DMX, we had Method Man, Redman, Sticky Fingers, Fat Joe. I
I would
mean,
say Fat Joe OP.
Ludacris. I mean, we had them all in there. Snoop Dogg was in there. Let's see what else. I mean, it was.
And
it
Method
was a-
Man.
I already said Method Man, but it was a slew of them, and they all had their own fighting styles. It was the best way to put it. It was a game that you can create your own character and their own fighting styles. It was just all around ahead of its time. If that game would have came out now, it'd be game of the year, heads up, no problems.
So hey, Darren, fighting crew as D-Mob, Crow's crew. D-Mob, you had Capone, Comp, D-Mob, Eric Sermon, Flavor Flav, Freeway, Ghostface Killer, Henry Rollins. Henry Rollins, really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Producer.
Joe Budden, or is it
Joe
Joe Budden?
Button.
Joe Button.
Button.
Joe Button.
Ludacris,
Runs the
Memphis
podcast.
Bleak, Method Man, NORE, or Nor, whatever you want to call him. Redman as Doc, Scarface, Sticky Fingers, and WC. Then on Crow's crew, you had Baby Chris, David Banner, Bless, Bone Crusher, Bubba Sparks. I like his music sometimes. Busta Rhymes, Crazy Legs, Elephant Man, Family. You had Fat Joe, Havoc, Ice T, Little Flip, Mac 10, Omar Epps. Yeah, he works as a rapper. I guess.
I love how you were
Right.
shocked about Henry Rollins, though. Can we talk about that?
You forgot that they also had females. Little Kim. They had.
Oh no, I'm getting there.
yeah,
I'm getting
okay.
Mac 10, Omar Epps, Prodigy, Sean Paul, Slick Rick, Snoop Dogg, Trejo, Warren G, and Exhibit. Then you had the Circuit Fighters, Baxter, Bo, Carmen Electra. Is it Xiang?
You're looking at
anyways.
it, not us.
Cindy J, Cruz, Dan G, House, Jacob, Jervis, Kimura, which is based off of Kimura Lee Listener. Lauren, Little Kim, Manny, Masa, Mecca, Nine, Pockets, Rome, Santos, Shaniqua was one. Yep. Shauna.
That was your first girlfriend. Yes, I remember that one.
Snowman, Solo, Starks, Stingray, Super, Tech, and Trick. But I think all the ones in the blue are based off of real people or are real people. Everything else that I named that were oddball were obviously
created characters.
Made up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
I'm surprised they put Gadoni's right hand in the game.
Go ahead.
Isn't that what you call it there, Shaniqua?
Not his right hand, Shaniqua. Oh God.
I thought we agreed we were done. Remember,
we are. We're gonna breeze on past that one.
Yeah.
So I do have a question. Actually, two questions. Okay. To go around the panel, who was your main character that you used in this game? You guys remember the order we go in?
I do.
It was so many people to pick. I mean, because the finishers that's what we drew it home. It was the finish for each one. I'm sorry. I guess I go with my man Ludacris. You know, he was always my favorite. So it is. Yeah, Big Luda with the rollout finisher. Yes.
I'll probably go with Method Man if I remember correctly. I always liked Method Man as a fighter in that one.
Okay.
There's only one for me, baby. Fat Joe. Fat Joe was the most broken character in the game. There was no other way around it, boy. Like Fat Joe for me all day.
Yeah, Fat Joe was OP, and so with you taking mine, I'm gonna have to go with my second favorite and give it to the Rough Riders. Got to go with DMX.
All right.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, DMX.
Rest in peace, DMX.
My favorite, of course, was none other than David Banner because I am a huge Hulk fan, and he came out with the cut-off jean shorts like the Incredible Hulk, and his entrance. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, bitch. Jack! Like I love that. So yeah, and his finisher would just basically stomps you the hell out. So that was my favorite.
But we gonna go with Royal's comment right quick.
No,
I can't see the Cowman's.
It's on Twitch.
Okay. I'm gonna be swapping between screens then a lot.
Joe Budin.
So Roy called
hey,
because he said Joe Budin.
Did I not instantly correct myself? I did.
You did. You did.
Yeah, I did. It's cool.
Give me a break. I'm doing this on the fly.
We all are.
Yeah,
it's okay.
and that's what this is. This is about having fun, right?
Somebody remembered the throwback game of the week.
Anyway, this is all for fun, right? All right, then shut up.
Of course it is. That's why I'm not worried about it.
Exactly. So let's get right into it, guys. Who wants to go first? Well, I guess we should stick to our order because that's what I've implemented. Favorite fighting game of all time for you individually?
So I did remember this one at least. So everyone knows this series is spanned 1, 2, 4, 5 sequels. I can't remember because they started spanning on different systems. So my throwback favorite game, Bloody Roar. I mean, it was amazing. Again, another one of these fighting games that the mechanics were you had your regular fighter, but he could change into his form of werewolf or lycanthropy as we call it. So everyone had their different animal they changed it to. It was amazing. Definitely was a Yugo fan. 4 of them.
Well, technically there was 4 chronological, and then they had one called Bloody Roar Primal Fury that released on the GameCube and Xbox in 2002 on the GameCube and 2003 on the Xbox. Just to not to interrupt you, I was just
thank you, fact
giving
checker.
you the information.
It's cool. It's all right. It is what it is. Later on, when the game first started off, they had regular moves that when you transformed, you could take your whole transformation bar out to hit somebody with, but then they incorporated some more mechanics in it to make it more seamless, so you can change back and forth at freedom. So yeah, it became very known, became widely known very quickly. Unfortunately, the big 3 continued, and it kind of fell off.
Yeah, I remember the later games like 4 and 3 kind of the mechanics kind of got a little wonky.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy playing 1 and 2 for sure. Those were fun games. We're gonna go with me now, huh?
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll just throw out the heavy hitter real quick. My favorite fighting game is gonna be none other than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You know, probably the best fighting game ever made. Period.
Better than 3? Really?
Yes, it's definitely better than 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Definitely better than 3. Period.
Oh,
In that one right there.
period, right?
Period.
There. No
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Because Marvel vs. Cap, like, I didn't like that they went from like, you know, a 6-button thing, then they made Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and it's like 3 buttons.
Low,
You had a
medium,
hard,
high. Low, medium,
yeah,
high.
low, medium, high. It was stupid. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't enjoy that. I liked actually having to work to try and do combos, not just like, oh, hey, ha, ha. Okay, that's it. But
Fair enough.
I mean,
mechanically, I agree.
and not to mention, it was the first, if I'm not mistaken, it was probably a fighting game with the biggest cast of characters. Eventually, after you unlocked everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just found out a side note. So I was doing a little bit of research on it. So the arcades, when it came out in the arcades, what was it? It was February, I want to say 2000. Am I wrong? Yes. In 2000s in the arcades, the game itself, because obviously it has 56 characters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The game itself only came with half of them unlocked in the arcade. The way all the other characters are unlocked in the arcade was based on increased revenue. If the arcade was doing well.
Wow. I never knew that. Okay.
Well,
I'm
they must have
partial to
always been
part
doing
3.
good. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wanted to go and play.
Exactly. You got to keep going. But I was partial to part 3 mostly because of the interactions, the voiceovers. Like when you get to the end of the game, you're fighting Galactus, and if you've selected Thor, he would say, "If you're a god, then what be Galactus?" So that was just, it gave me chills. So, but yeah.
I get it, but gameplay wise, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is better.
That's the nerd inside him talking. Not the
I
fighting,
know.
not the fighting game character. Just the nerd. There you go.
Exactly.
I'm up next. So 1994's own December 9th, my favorite fighting game was born, and that was the Tekken series as a whole. I personally wasn't introduced to the game until 1997 when they came out with Tekken 3. That's how I got the name Gen 86, obviously born in 86. Gen being my favorite character. We just went with it. So one of my first greatest moments ever was when my school's tournament in middle school smoked everybody with Jen, and just from that day on, I was born. You know, Tekken is my favorite 3D fighter, or just favorite fighting game. Period. It's left punch, left kick, right kick. I just games. I love Tekken, and I just love everything about it. 7 right now. I don't play Gen in 7. I play Jack 7, but Gen will always be close to my heart, no matter what.
You know, through his multiple variations of him throughout the games.
Yeah, because you had
guy.
Jin,
He's a bad
you
guy.
had
He's
Devil
devil.
Jin.
Well, no, Jin when he first came out had almost the same fighting move list as his mother, and as the game progressed,
His mother and his father, yeah.
and then he switched to his mother and father, and then he said, "All right, screw this, I'm going out on my own fighting style."
Have
Tekken 4, he changed.
have they announced another Tekken yet? As of yet, is
No.
one coming out?
No, not yet.
Trust
Not-
me, I'll be the first one to let you guys know
Yeah,
when it
because
does.
I
Yeah, because I mean, the last Tekken game came out in 15. That was Tekken 7.
Yeah.
I need to see how they resurrect Heihachi again.
That man always be coming back from the dead.
The most unkillable. Like, we literally dropped you in lava. He's going to come back and he's not going to have a scratch. He's going to have one scar on his shoulder. That's
It's like Wesley from Resident Evil.
A slight burn mark. Like, what are you doing?
exactly. Yeah.
That fool pulled the fucking Luke Skywalker from whatchamacallit, from
Yes. Try again. I really feel like Heihachi is the embodiment. he's the avatar that Vince McMahon from the WWE aspires to be.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just gonna keep living.
That is a agreeable
messing
statement.
stuff
Yes.
All right, so it's my turn now.
Yes, it is.
Indeed.
All right, I'm excited for this one because we've had some older games, we had some newer games, but I'm going real old. I'm talking Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era. This game came out, I loved it. I am obviously a little kid at heart, and I love dinosaurs, and I love giant ravenous monsters and Godzilla and King Kong. So I had to go with Primal Rage. The story behind that is you play as essentially these giant deities that are fighting against each other, and while the humans are also trying to kill you, and you can literally pick them up and eat them.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was always fun about that.
And
game.
gain health. And gain health.
Yeah,
Yes.
and gain health.
health.
Yes.
And gain health, which was great because the final boss battle to that one was you had to fight all the people with an increased health bar in one life. So imagine like your Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower or like your 2 or 3 fights, but you have every character in the game. And I think there was 9? Let me pull it up. I'm going to fact check.
I can get it. I'll get it for you.
You continue talking. He can fact check.
I can fact check.
So I mean, obviously you had your raptors, you had your monkeys, you had one that we're going to discuss later. I'm not going to reveal the name now because that's
So
at heart.
you had the virtuous beast, you had Blizzard, Armadon, Talon, Sauron.
Yep.
The destructive beast, you had Chaos, Vertigo, and Diablo. So you had 7 total.
7 total. Yep.
Yeah, 7 total.
So yeah, you only had 7 fighters, but it was a great game and it was super fun. And it was crazy because I remember back when, so growing up when I was a kid, at one point in time, they create these little virtual headsets. I don't remember if you remember. It had the little flip down screen like this. And it was like the old handheld style on the inside. So it really wasn't graphically inclined, but it was like
Talking about Virtual Boy.
Yeah. And they had a Primal Rage for it. And I remember getting it with the Primal Rage and just losing my mind. So I played it a ton on Sega. And I'm talking like when I used to go get it from the video store because I didn't own it. I had to go rent it every weekend.
Blockbusters, yes.
Back when we didn't have YouTube to say what a game was like. We had the cover art.
That was, I remember those days. If you didn't have the cover art, you had the magazines. Yes,
Nintendo Power was a great thing.
And the cover art for that game was like the most badass cover art. Just a giant gorilla uppercutting a freaking T-Rex. Boom!
Yep.
Definitely get you for your birthday if we ever have to get to that point. Get you a poster of the original Genesis cartridge. That would be awesome.
You know what
I
else?
would not deny.
You know,
as you can see, I have the turtles behind me on the wall. I will throw it up in a very obvious place so everyone on the podcast can see it.
I can say, oh, go ahead, Darren. You first. I'll go after.
Just for some old time memories. Y'all remember back in the day, we had cheat codes and Game Shark.
Game Shark?
Yes. Game Shark. Game Genie. Yes.
Game Genie, the original.
You could literally go to the store and buy a magazine which had nothing but cheat codes for every game out.
Now
and they updated it every month and re-released it.
I will tell you this though. Primal Rage was a great fighting game, but a much better fighting game in the arcade. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Dude, the ports for those games were terrible.
The console versions, yes, they were horrible.
I never beat it. As a kid, I never got around to beating it. I could never get past when everybody's flashing golden and you got to fight the entire roster again. I could never beat it. So
yeah,
I
mean, it's kind of like it takes you back to like when you were a kid in the arcade playing like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or X-Men. You dude, no matter how good you were, you could not beat it. Now you take $5, you take $5 worth of quarters, you beat that shit in like 10 minutes. It's like, wait, what?
Emulator.
Well, I'm just saying.
I will sit there and say there were some very difficult games back in the day that are a lot harder. And I will be the first to go on this podcast and say this. Older school games were harder than current games.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You know why?
No saves. It was.
Do you know
you
why?
better beat it.
You know why? Because kids today can't handle rejection. That's why.
Yeah,
hey, I know you just died on this part 3 times. Hit a button. I'll do it for you. You're welcome.
Let me watch it.
He's not wrong.
Hey, hold on. I was gonna say that, remember, the whole easy, medium. I remember
Hard.
back in the day it was normal or you die.
Yes,
That's all it
normal.
was.
Wait, and no, and here's the bad thing. They had an easy, right? It was easy, normal, hard. But really what it was you're gonna get killed. You're really gonna get killed. You have no shot in hell.
We clapping them cheeks all night. Yes.
What's great about this though is they design these games for kids. Like I said, the Lion King one, or on the original Nintendo, the original Ninja Turtles, where you couldn't get past level 2. It was like, oh come on, the water level.
Drowning. Like I'm a turtle. What the hell? He can hold his breath longer than this.
The Mighty speaking of fighting games, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fighting game.
For which one?
Sega Genesis? On
Oh,
Sega
it was on
Genesis.
Super and Genesis.
It was on Super Nintendo as well.
Hey, don't forget,
man.
don't forget, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles also had a fighting game.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was it? Power Stone. What was it called? Hyperstone, right? Hyperstone.
Not the
I'm going
Power
to check
Stone.
now, Gadoni.
I'm pretty sure it was Hyperstone.
I didn't get a chance to play those.
It's all right.
Like I didn't get the chance to play the Ninja Turtle one.
It's
I played
Tournament
Power-
Fighters. TMNT
Tournament
Tournament Fighters.
Yeah,
Yo.
Tournament Fighters. Yeah, that was a great game.
They
That
need
was-
to just buy that and put it on the marketplaces of both Xbox. Well, no, Xbox should get it because they have the Game Pass.
Oh.
Then we can just
They
buy
could
it
market
free
that as
to
a
play.
board game, and I'd buy it.
See, I'm pretty sure I know we're talking about fighting games, but did everybody in here play Turtles when we were a kid in the arcade?
Yes.
Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
Turtles or Turtles in Time, any Turtles game.
Yes.
Did anybody see that they're making a throwback of Turtles in that style called Shredder's Revenge? Did anybody see that?
No, but I need to play.
Oh, you need to see it. It is real deal, legit, old school side scroller.
I'm
Yeah.
just
What's
saying,
it called?
I hear you say
Shredder's
that,
Revenge?
but I also remember they just did a new Battletoads. Yeah.
No. This is hands down. It's literally like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Turtles in Time with a little bit of better updated graphics for side scroller.
Oh.
We lost track.
Sorry, my bad.
I'll
You're
post
good.
it in the messenger. I'll post a trailer in the messenger.
I already have it already going. Don't worry.
All
Yeah.
right.
Again,
I will
this is
play.
something that could be for next week. Trey, what was your choice?
Oh, sorry, my fault.
It's cool. It's cool. We can have
No,
these
no.
conversations. It's cool. We're gonna digress. I'm just saying we can digress to other things. It's okay.
And we were gonna go over anyways. We already commented on that.
Exactly.
Yes,
So,
I-
I mean,
again.
I'm saying this is we can't put a time limit on the amount of fun. I mean, yeah, we could, but we cannot put a time limit.
Did you?
We're
Did you
ending at
watch
this
it?
point.
Did you watch it, Ro? Does that look legit?
I'm about to make a post right now here on the.
when, if you get a
website.
chance, Dragon, if you can you fit that into the show at some point?
If
Yeah.
yes, I
Okay.
could put the
Well,
trailer
while
in
I'm
here.
talking, yeah.
Yes.
So because we got this. I'm just saying if you can, you can. If you can't, not.
I got it.
All right, cool. So my favorite fighting game was none other than Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And
Hadouken.
yeah, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a Street Fighter fan. I'm gonna play Street Fighter until I'm 94 and my fingers don't work. And we have a mental uplink from Elon Musk that's gonna let me play it in my head. But wait, no, never mind. Take that back. If you saw Black Mirror, I take that back.
No. Oh God, no.
It was pretty bad.
Black Mirror is dope, yo. I like Black Mirror.
It is, and I think they're coming out with another season. But anyway, I digress. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Introduction of Cammy, T-Hawk, DJ, Fei Long, and
Vega.
Vega. Yes. No.
No, Vega was in the Vega was in Street Fighter 2 Turbo
Yeah.
and Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. That was the first time.
Yeah. Yes. But either way, like I enjoyed this one
Yeah.
thoroughly. For the longest time, I only had a Sega Genesis, and I had one game, and that was Super Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. I played that till it was pretty much on fire, and then that following Christmas, I got the Turbo Edition. So yeah, so I beat the hell out of that one too. I love the characters. Of course, I'm a Ken main, but I learned very quickly from that version of the game is where I actually learned that I'm more of a quarter circle character as opposed to a charge character. So I've run that all day. and I dare anybody to come see me. Namely, I'm looking at the Hitman. But anyway.
Okay.
Hey, I will say,
you be talking trash.
I will say that Super Street Fighter 2 was dope because you basically got to play as Bruce Lee, and that was sick as shit.
Once our quarantine ends, we need to do a podcast where the 5 of us all get together and challenge each other to games.
Again, it's a lot easier for some people in this group to get together than others.
Mr. California over there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we don't.
You know what?
I'm gonna take a flight.
Okay, he went to Disney World last week for crying out loud.
No, I went to Disneyland. Disneyland. Didn't go to Florida. I was in California.
Okay, how much is the ticket to the park? Probably 3 times the cost of a flight to Baltimore.
Doubtful. It was only $200 for a ticket to Disneyland.
You can get a flight here for that kind of price, but nonetheless.
Yeah, if I'm flying in the fucking belly of the plane, maybe.
No, actually, flights are dirt cheap right now with everything going on. So yeah, you can actually plan it out ahead of time.
We'll see. Another time.
But you did ask for the trailer. I do have access to the trailer. If you want to go ahead and show that.
Yeah, sure. Let's roll.
Yeah, let's see it in the stream. Share it on your screen or whatever you want to do.
Yes.
All right. Oh, sheesh.
Uh-oh.
Too soon.
There it goes.
Bear with us, people. We're trying to get things.
Are you gonna share your screen or?
I can't share with y'all.
How do you have a naked picture?
Whoa. They do. They have games for that. It is legit. Legit.
So what's great about this is I've decided my next tattoo is actually going to be on my shins, and it's going to be the 4 turtles in the Turtles for Time character selection where they have the backs to them, and that's going to go across both my shins. In the lineup that they have on the screen, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna hurt.
It's come out on Xbox as well.
Oh hell yeah!
That's
We're doing.
game
Y'all know
the Turtles was in.
Oh wait, no, it's only 4. Somebody's got to be out. I choose Hitman.
Hey, wait, what was it? 1, 2, 3, not it.
You've already got voted off like Survivor.
I already got voted off the island.
It's cool, man. It's cool. No,
he said, "You are the weakest link. Goodbye."
We definitely we're going to have to run that. We're gonna at some point in time we're all going to have to link up on one system, and we'll play a game live with everyone.
Actually, that one is. I think that one's going to be Xbox Live.
Oh, okay, that's better for me because that's what I got.
Darren's house. I'm gonna take a flight to Darren's house. So,
but that's what we live. It's 2021. We don't have to travel to do it. We can all play.
But there's nothing wrong with traveling.
Yeah,
I was saying the travel.
All right. I'll try and figure it out. God damn, I get it.
All of us in one room. All of us in one room.
Y'all motherfuckers could join me in California.
Why? When the rest of us are on the East Coast, why would we come to you when you can come to us?
Wait. Hold on, wait.
That too.
I'm going to Godoni house. He got the hotness.
Exactly.
I want to go play that.
We are using you for
so
your
I can trade in that Street Fighter too.
Once COVID ends, we can host it from a local bar here that has all those same ones, plus more.
Yay! Yeah.
You hear that? Me. That arrogance. Me.
I'm sold either way. I'm happy. Like,
traveling, hanging out with y'all, it's always a good thing.
Get me the hell out of Maryland. I'm happy.
And whoever said nostalgia bomb, you should have. Had we known I know we were gonna talk about this. I literally have the entire collection of the original cartoon.
This is not what the that's not what the show is about.
In the turtle van.
Okay.
I have it too.
I don't like you, best. Anyway, so
Hey, I have it too. What do you want? I'm a kid and I like all my shit. Because I wasn't stupid and I didn't have kids.
Hey there.
Wow.
Again, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I decided not to have kids because I wanted to have nice things.
That nobody would procreate with him.
And there goes our female demographic right out the door.
Right, who needs women
Hey,
watching?
no. Hey, I never said there was anything wrong with having kids. I just enjoy my stuff and not break it.
Hey, Trey, would you do?
It's totally fine. But speaking of things that are obscure, like, never mind. I was going to say something really bad. I caught myself. Right then and there. Speaking of obscure games, we've gone around the panel. We're going to select video games in the fighting genre that are either little known or not known at all to a lot of the people out there. So let's go around the panel and tell them what you got.
Well, I picked one, but I just had an honorable mention that popped in my head when we started talking about old games. I'm going to see who else knew about this horrible, horrible game that came out on Sega Genesis. None other than Shaq Fu.
Oh. Yeah.
I remember that game
That was
so
a
well.
one-player fighting game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When Shaq came out with a fighting game, man.
And then they redid it recently
two
too.
Players.
Which one was worse?
You could.
Shaq and Shaq Fu, or Shaq and Kazam?
I don't know.
Either
one would. I'm just saying. Either one. I'm just saying.
No, Kazam.
I mean, granted, that was a great. That was sorry, guys. That was a great horror movie.
Yes.
Yeah, because no one should ever witness Shaq acting.
Okay.
I love how he turned that into a scary movie pun. What's your favorite scary movie? Kazam.
Exactly.
Kazam was a comedy. Have you seen Shaq act?
It's like Shaq trying to make a free throw.
Oh Jesus. Oh man.
No, hey, wait.
There's another scary movie reference there. Someone was like trying to hit the free throw, and Dr. Phil's like, "Oh, come the fuck on."
Hey, on a side note, Shaq does eventually become a better actor via Grown Ups 2 because he was funny as hell in Grown Ups 2.
That was,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
On a side note, he hasn't become any better at free throws though.
No, free throws is the same.
Why is it warm?
He was decent in Blue Chips.
Comedy.
Chips?
He was decent in Blue Chips.
But that was more of a serious role. I mean, he was playing a basketball player. He was playing himself.
He was playing a college basketball player. Yes.
He
Still can hit a free
still
throw.
can hit a free throw.
Yeah. But yeah, we remember Shaq Fu. I do believe you could do two players. You just had to. I think you had to it was like a glitch or something, but you had plug in your second controller. The person pressed start. They controlled whoever the computer picked. So you couldn't pick your character, but technically you could fight. You just had to wait for it.
I tell you this, I got it for Christmas.
Ooh.
I opened it up and I played it. Literally the next day, Mom, can I get the receipt? I'm going down to Toys R Us. Go get my money back.
When you could, get your money back.
Oh man, back when you could actually get a refund, yeah.
Oh God.
Full refund.
Full refund.
I
Yeah.
want to thank our viewers for putting up with our nonsense.
That was the game side. Hey, let me turn this brand new game in. Oh, here's this $20 right here. I spent $60. Here's this $20 right here. But I spent $60. Here's this $15. Oh, all right, sure, I'll take it.
My bad.
Hey, wait. Hey, who? Okay, so seeing as we were talking about basketball players and fighting games, who remembers the Michael Jordan one?
There was a Michael
Chaos
Jordan.
in the Windy City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Where Michael
Oh,
Jordan
my God.
controlled fire and ice basketballs. Yes. Look that up. That's a nice piece of nugget right there for you. And no, hey, ultimately better than Shaq Fu. Then again, it's Michael Jordan, so it doesn't take much.
I much rather would have played NBA Jam than any of that.
Yeah.
Well,
Chaos
yeah. Hey,
in the Windy City.
There you go, right there, Trey. For you,
That
anytime you want to
was
come
a
over and
fighting
play.
game. Michael Jordan, Windy City was not a fighting game. It was a side action.
Side scroller, but it was better than Shaq Fu. I was just saying basketball players in video games.
So is that your?
I know you caught me. I didn't say it was a fighting game.
Okay.
I just said it was.
I was gonna ask, is that your obscure fighting game?
No, no. So the game I chose was a game that was near and dear to my heart back on PlayStation 1, and that was Zero Divide. It was a bunch of robots, or I guess computer AIs, in this fighting game where some people had weapons, some people didn't, some people had hands, but there's one character in there that was most OP. He had a damn gun and could shoot you literally across the screen. But nonetheless, when enough damage happened to your body parts, the announcer in the game would scream out and say, "Hey, your unit's gone." That was the best part about it. I loved it. It was awesome. It was random as hell.
Zoning, baby.
Was it Zero Divide 2 on the PlayStation?
No, Zero Divide 1 was on PlayStation 1.
Oh.
And then they came out with a part 2.
And a part 3.
They did come out part 3? I only knew 2. I had no a third one.
Yeah, so it said Zero Divide was on Windows 96. Or Windows in 96. And then Zero Divide 2, The Secret Wish, was PlayStation 1. And then Zero Divide, The Final Conflict, Sega Saturn in 1997.
Yes, but if you know
The console that shall not be named, the Saturn. One of the worst consoles ever made, next to the Jaguar 32X. Yes.
You said Jaguar 32X?
Yeah, I said next to the Jaguar 32X.
Hey, they tried in the past.
Hey, wait, on top of Sega CD.
I was about to just say, how are we forgetting about Sega CD? I was waiting for you to, hence the finger here. Try not to interrupt, Space Jam up there, but
Space Jam.
Talking about you.
Because you're over there on Moron Mountain.
What were you about to say though, Trey?
So that's basically a Gundam fighting game. Have there ever been any like official Gundam versus fighting games?
Yes, there has.
There was a Gundam game on PlayStation that was an arena fighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was also a Gundam game on Super Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, hold on, wait. I have my emulator. I can tell you right now. Hold on.
Put that away, Ganoni. Nobody wants to see that on film.
Nobody wants to see that, Drew.
No, I'm not pulling. I'm just,
Somebody out there is gonna watch this playback and be like, "What the hell is an emulator?" They're gonna hear that comment and be like, "No."
It was called Shin Kudo Senki Gundam Endless Duel.
So do you know which series that was? Was that the only Gundam that I ever watched?
It was Gundam Wing W.
Okay, was that the one with this hand of mine burns with a bird?
No, this is old school Gundam.
Okay,
all right.
He's talking about with the Wing Zero and all those.
Cards.
Yeah, no, this one is like with what was the character that had the scythe? I can't remember what the freaking name of the character.
The black Gundam with the scythe. Yes.
Like the Death Scythe or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. I just want Gundams to be real.
I mean,
I know one of the viewers that tuned to the channel recently. He actually paints miniature Gundams, and he would know the answer to this.
Oh, okay.
I got it. I got it on the Wikipedia right now.
But yeah,
I was trying to get the audience interaction. I was trying to get the audience interaction. He's like, "Let me go Wikipedia this." I'm like, "Can I get audience interaction?"
Okay, get it. Go for it. Great, grand.
But I'm honestly surprised we don't have any more. Like, well, I don't know. Not an expert in it in any capacity, but are there any that are fairly recent that are updated for the new consoles?
No.
What of a Gundam one?
A Gundam game.
A PS4 one.
Yes, a Gundam game.
Was there?
Yes, it was a Gundam game on Xbox One.
Wow.
Did they port it to Xbox One?
There was a Gundam game in Xbox One. It was they took Dynasty Warrior style and took it
and they made it into Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hack and slash.
It was fun, but it got old.
To be honest though, the whole like anime and like JRPGs, they turn all of those into fighting games just as
pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Because Dragon Ball had it, everybody had it.
Persona had one. Final Fantasy had one. Dissidia.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just they're great things to have. I mean, fighting games are easily one of the single most greatest games to ever have because it's still one of the things you can couch co-oply play.
Yes.
Especially in like the modern day systems where they really tried to move away from couch co-op, which a lot of people didn't like. Everything was online co-op, but not couch co-op. But those are one of the true couch co-op games. And no matter how old we get, I will settle arguments to this day if I'm in a relationship with a girl that games. We're gonna throw on a fighting game and settle it.
Bruh,
Who wins wins.
I don't do that anymore. Oh, want to bet?
I got hold up. I got a son already teaching him about selling some scores with him. He wants to start talking some trash, but those are whole nother stories.
He said, "About to catch these hands."
He caught them hands on Mortal Kombat one time. He wasn't prepared for it. Talking about, hold up, you do this to kids now? I wasn't ready. Let me see the move list. Nah, you asked for them hands. You about to get them.
All right, baby.
All right, sorry for derailing you guys. I got to throw my audibles in there.
It's cool.
What? I believe it's Skidoni next.
Oh yeah. So I had a few obscure titles, but I will bring up the one obscure title. It's not really obscure, but Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter was always a fun. I mean, it was fun. It was kind of clanky, but it was fun. It was a fun game to play. Like one of the few fighting games Sega actually managed to do well. Yeah. That was a fun one. I think God, what was the guy's name?
I mean,
my favorite character was the ninja. I got it. I'm looking it up right now.
Wasn't he a Hayabusa too?
It's probably a Ryu, anyways.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a Ryu. Like every fighting game either has a Ryu knockoff or a Bruce Lee knockoff.
Well, I think in the first one it was. Yes. I think it was Cage Marrow. I think was the ninja.
So much flooding. Ring out.
And sorry to audible real quick.
Yes.
How are we going to talk about? I know all the games we're going to talk about, which leaves me to ask: how the hell did we miss Dead or Alive?
Oh, quiet.
How the hell did we miss Dead or Alive?
Quiet, bro. You're not ready. Let the show go on before you start talking about what did we miss. Because you want to talk about what we missed. We missed Soul Calibur, which was something you said you wanted to do, but you didn't.
No. We missed Soul Edge, actually. Soul Edge.
Okay, which we both discussed. However, there will never, in a million years, be a greatest game as Dead or Alive.
Quiet!
Hold that thought.
Quiet!
Hold that thought.
That's the whole point.
Tell you now, that's mine. I got it.
Sheesh.
Gadoni, I got a question for you, though. Isn't Virtua Fighter... So, I'm not going to say that way. Which came out first, Virtua Fighter or Tekken?
I believe it was Virtua Fighter because Virtua Fighter came out in '93.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. I was about to say
so
something.
Basically, Tekken was a much better version of Virtua Fighter.
Okay.
So, I'll tell you what it was. Virtua Fighter had ring outs. Tekken did not.
Oh, my God.
No, but Tekken eventually did get ring outs.
When?
At one of them, they had a ring out. I thought they did.
That was Soul Calibur had. Soul
Calibur had. Soul Edge did.
Bro.
Yeah.
I thought. Oh no,
Tekken had the stage adjustments there.
Tekken would go. You'll go just constantly through the screen until eventually. Yeah.
That's right.
But eventually, you'll hit the holographic wall behind you, and then you are fucked.
Stages in later iterations, you get like smaller stages that you.
Yeah.
Well, in one of the iterations, can you break through stages to other parts of it?
Yes.
Yes, you could.
I think since 2, right?
Yes, you can.
No, I think it was
Tekken
more
7,
recent.
you keep comboing. He's Howard is a menace, and him and Akuma, which is one wall to the next wall. Strip down my.
I can't stand Akuma. Can't stand him. I tear Akuma up. I destroy Akumas. Anyway, but anything else about Virtua Fighter you had?
I just remember playing as a kid and like in the arcades. It was clunky as all hell, but it was fun, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that and it spawned, a cavalcade of sequels.
Yes.
That eventually died, but nonetheless.
Yeah, it died in 2007. Nope. 2014 because it became a mobile game after that, and now they have Virtua Fighter X Esports. Still to be determined. So it's still alive.
Okay.
No, it's not.
News to me. All right. That's a good one. Hitman.
Isn't so obscure, and I personally I like the newer version of it, but my game is Killer Instinct. Now, I first learned this game in Killer Instinct Gold. I think it was a little bit cooler back then than it was now. I'm not just saying that like to be the old school guy, but Killer Instinct Gold just I feel like it had a little bit more like depth to it. And still to this day, love that game. It's smaller in a sense. It's only on it's literally only on Xbox now. So if you didn't have an Xbox One, or like PC, you didn't have access to it. So the PlayStation players, you really couldn't play it. So the community is a little bit smaller for that game, but the people who play the game, we really we're like a really tight knit community. And of course, Glacius is just the best character in the game, obviously. So
Says the zoner.
Sub-Zero knockoff.
Oh, every game's got at least one cold guy, at least.
But there's one original.
Most. Yeah, of course, it was.
All right.
Oh
Bro.
man.
Cheesy said Virtua Fighter is only good in the arcade.
So just so I have pairing right for what's going to appear on the screen, the order is. So I'm going to talk about both those games right now because they were so obscure and there was just a so hard tie.
Okay.
I mean, I'm so,
Do what you got to do.
Go
Do what you
on.
got to do.
Go ahead, man.
all right. So obscure games, I love them. I think they're great. I play so many weird things that just makes me giggle like a schoolgirl. I'm going to start one with a 64 title here, Clay Fighter 63 and a half. For those of you who don't know it, it was an absolute amazing title where you had characters like Bad Mr. Frosty and Ichabod Clay. And it was Earthworm Jim was actually made an appearance in that one too.
Yep.
Oh, Kung Pao was in it. Booger Man for a Sega Genesis title.
Booger Man.
Yeah.
Booger Man.
Oh,
Sumo Santa. It was
Yeah.
just so obscure. And it was the graphics to it were
Did
all
anyone
sorts
just
of
see
cheap.
Trey's face right now? You all right, sir?
I'm
I see
getting
it.
hit with so much that I forgot about. Like my cerebellum is just going crazy at this point.
Overload.
Like yo, I remember this.
Claymation was the better version of Claymation was the joke version of basically Primal Rage.
Yeah,
what it was.
Clay Fighter 63. Yeah. And
Or
because
Clay
the
Fighter.
characters were so obscure, it just made me always laugh. I never played it. Was just like, man, I am just not entertained. As an adult, I don't know about what we're allowed to talk about. I know he's in California, it's legal. I'm in Maine where I'm legal. But as an adult, sometimes I like to power down a joint and just go play it and just giggle. I just sit there and get baked out of my mind and play 63 and have it. I'm fine. I just laugh. Some of the greatest times as an adult. Which leads me to my other obscure title, which is another claymation. And we are going with none other than the fighting game based off MTV's Celebrity Deathmatch. You know it, you love it. You can still watch it.
Let's get it on.
Exactly.
Shows ever.
And now we're gonna, it was just as bloody as the show. It was just as bad. You had Busta Rhymes, you had Carrot Top, you had Manson, Carmen Electra, Tommy Lee, Miss Cleo, NSYNC, Dennis Robin was in it, Anna Nicole Smith, Wolfman, Jerry Springer, and it was just as bad, and it was just as entertaining, and it was just as shameful to play it as it was great. I am a sucker for that stuff. I am a sucker for the shit that's never gonna win Game of the Year, but it's gonna entertain me for a year.
Hey, it's like the people who love Conker's Bad Adventure,
Conker's Bedford. It was amazing.
Like shit like that. People love. It's a cult. It ends up having a cult following.
Cult following.
All right.
I mean, I have some honorable mention obscure titles.
Sure,
Go ahead.
I'll take you back via arcade when I was a kid. Time Killers was a great throwback.
Yes.
Honorable mention. Time Killers. The game where you can actually be in game and decapitate somebody in the first round and instantly kill somebody. Or you can chop off somebody's arm and then they can't use it anymore. You know, I mean, come on, it was amazing. I mean, it was amazingly bad, but it was also an amazing game to play. Oh god.
I just remember being in an arcade, getting my ass kicked, and having both arms cut off and trying to headbutt somebody to win.
Hey, come on, break your neck.
Like, how am I supposed to fight this thing? Like, this is my last vital point, and I'm actively throwing it at you, and you have 2 blades in your arms. Like, come on.
We'll call it a draw.
But hey, I mean, it was one of those games that you had to play. You had to play. You had to have played it. It was a great game. I think eventually it got banned in the U.S. Right?
Really?
I think it did.
Because Mortal Kombat was a thing, so.
Well, no. I meant it got banned console-wise. They were going to bring it out on consoles, and then they were like, "Oh hell no!"
It was Mortal Kombat.
But it was worse than Mortal Kombat because it was gorier than Mortal Kombat.
I know, but Mortal Kombat started it. You know, it was like, oh, Mortal Kombat came
tomato,
out.
Tomato, like.
No blood.
Well,
ABACABB, fuck you.
yeah. But you know, and then Super Nintendo had the best port for Mortal Kombat 2, though. It was better than the Genesis port because it was actually the like legit port of the arcade.
Okay.
So, but we digress from talking about Mortal Kombat. We've already done that.
We have so many topics that we can talk about in future podcasts, like politicians' involvement in video games.
Ooh.
That's a good topic.
We need to stay away from politics.
Away from politics. No
you know
politics.
why we need to stay away from politics? Because I look like this.
No politics.
Why?
Stay away
And
from
I
that.
will get this
No
bitch
politics.
shut down. Anyway. What did you have any other honorable mentions?
Me?
Yeah. You said
Yeah. You had other titles that were not as popular. You had Bloodstorm, which was I believe the Simpsons spoofed on it and called it Bone Storm. But Bloodstorm
Wasn't
basically.
hold on, wasn't that the game that Bart could never get to play?
Yep, you're absolutely right.
Until it's a grown man.
Yeah, I think by the time he got to play it, it was like Bone Storm 5000 or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
He's like, finally, yes. And I think his console ends up breaking on him as soon as, as soon as he plugs it in. Bloodstorm was also another one where you could, you know, cut people stuff, but it was like the weirdest thing. Like, so they had certain levels in Bloodstorm where you can literally, you know, take them to the corner, but there was an edge, and if you hit him, like, you didn't have to finish him, you just had to hit him off the corner, and then there's this giant spike, and then you just watch him spin down the spike, and just you win the round. It was weird, but it was fun, and you know, it was nostalgic and that, and I don't know. It wasn't obviously a great game. It wasn't critically acclaimed or anything like that. But if you want like the worst honorable mention, how about Street Fighter the movie, the fighting game? One of the worst Street Fighter games ever made.
I know it exists,
Probably,
but I
probably
never
the
played
worst.
it.
Probably the worst.
I never played it because I just looked at it like Jean-Claude Van Damme is not Guile. Get the fuck
Hey, anytime you come over, I can put it on there for you.
No.
We're okay.
No.
Yeah,
Nobody wants
we
that.
good.
Nobody wants that.
Oh, sir.
Hitman, what you got for me?
I already said mine.
You already
Kill
did.
Instinct.
Did you already do this?
It's on you. It's on you, big fella.
It's on me?
Yes, it
It's
is,
on
big
you,
fella.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Tee it up.
See, we went back. Anyway, so like Ro tried to spill the beans for it earlier. Dead or Alive.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Uh,
Terrible.
Laser Shoot. Wow.
Oh God.
Stop it. Dead or Alive. Another classic fighting game. 3D. I think it was. What do they have? 4. They have 4 of them, right?
No. We're up to
It was
6 right
5?
now.
Okay, it
No,
was
we're
5.
up to 6
Either
right now.
way, I only
No,
said
we're at
6
6
for
right
one
now.
reason. I only
6.
said this for, it's 6?
Yes.
6, yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't that one basically made for teenage boys?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. where they literally
one
created a
this one was
mechanic
fan
just for the
service.
booze to bounce. Yes.
This
Yeah,
I
there
was-
we go. I
I
remember
was in
that now.
Prime developmental stages when Extreme Beach Volleyball came out.
But
just for the wrong reasons.
This game is called Fan Service the Movie. Getting your sons to puberty with the quickness. So that's exactly what it is. Because no matter who, if you pick a female on that game, that's all you saw. She's standing still, and they're still going up and down.
Patrice said, "Damn, it's about time. I've been holding my comment forever. Damn, DOA was everything we had. Whole ass tournaments at my house." Was that whole ass hanging out from the characters, or was that just whole ass?
I missed that one, yo.
I chose this one for one reason and one reason only. Fucking Zach. Somebody please explain to me why the one African American character or black character in the game is a fucking Teletubby. Like, I don't understand. This is first off, your controls are all out of whack. I don't give a fuck what kind of fighting style you have, but the one bit of representation I have in this fighting game, he's Tubby. He is Dennis Rodman in a saran wrap suit. Give me anybody else. This is why I like Tekken better than this. That's why I like anything else better than this. Because Dead or Alive just straight. This is our only representation we have going over to Japan, and that means there's some weird dude that was dressed up like this and went over there, and some dude and some anime creator or whatever saw him, was like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do the word. He's perfect. I'm gonna put him in my game, dead or alive." Sorry, I couldn't help it. But
your wife told me to shut up, Darren.
No shit.
Only black.
The
guy,
only black
always.
guy. Like, give me some type of representation. But you know, I guess
oh my god.
That's what he was, and I guess that Dennis Rodman was the just look at him dancing. Look at him.
He looks like he took a bird blanket and just kind of made a fucking suit out of it.
He has a malice on his forearm.
Just made me laugh so hard I'm literally crying. Oh my god.
Yes, blurred rage activated. This is just horrible. But that was my honorable mention. That's the only reason why I chose that. Other than that, Ninja Gaiden is in there. That's Ryu Hayabusa. Yeah, he's in it. We have the oscillating boobage. And but overall,
if you want to talk about four particular, that's when they added Master Chief in there.
Oh
with,
yeah,
with the kid's voice.
It was some chicken.
It was a Spartan. It wasn't
Master. I'm sorry, it's a Spartan with a kid's voice.
It was a Spartan. Not Master Chief.
The cameos in video games based off of other like media references and or video games, fantastic. Like especially when you had that generation of like what was it, Xbox, GameCube, and PS2.
Yeah, so you had you're talking Soul Calibur. So you're talking Soul Calibur 2, where you had Link on GameCube. You had Spawn on Xbox, and you had Tekken. Heihachi on PlayStation. Yeah. But other, they had a lot of representation for like special guest characters, and it was amazing to be able to do that in fighting games. The only crappy thing is I had a PlayStation 2 and I had a freaking GameCube. And I eventually had an Xbox, so it's like if you wanted to play any one of those, you had to buy all three damn versions.
But it was marketing genius right there. It was perfect. It was ideal.
Or if you were into bootlegging, back in the day there was Mojin, the emulator, where you could literally port any fighting game character onto it and use them. That's when it got that's when things got real.
I never got a chance to play one of that because I would have loved to have the Justice League versus Marvel one. Oh, that would have been beautiful.
I forgot to ask you guys. I'm sorry. Obviously, I forgot to ask you when I was talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I just have to ask now because I caught my train of thought 45 minutes later. The train was off the rails and came back.
The hamster actually started spinning.
Which version of MVC2 was the best version? Console-wise,
I only played it on place.
No,
where did I play it on?
Dreamcast and
PlayStation 2, or was it? I think it was on PlayStation. It was.
Where did I play it on?
Yeah,
Dreamcast was the best. Yes,
Dreamcast is the best.
Why was Dreamcast the best?
Because the controls were the best with Dreamcast. I'm sorry. Dreamcast had the best controller for fighting games.
Yeah.
I don't even care what you say. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Dreamcast was the best, hands down, control feel for that game. And it was an actual literal port from the arcade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take you for a ride.
I never got
Well,
a chance.
Trey,
to
also thank you
Mhm.
for making me think of Justice League, the fighting game for Sega Genesis.
That was a great game. And it was on Super Nintendo too. That was a great game.
That was
Yeah,
another one.
Flash was an annoying ass character in that. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I mean, if you think about
Cyber
it, Flash would technically Flash should end everybody, but I'm gonna leave that alone. That's for a whole other different type of show. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
God.
now we talked
I
about
love
these
you guys.
fighting games. We had a debate that we're going to have now. Can boxing games, MMA games, or wrestling games be considered fighting games, or are they considered sports games?
I
WWE
just,
fan here. I'm gonna say WWE games are fighting games.
which WWE game are you talking about?
I'm going to throw all of them in the ring. I'm gonna say I'll say this.
No
The
pun
original,
intended.
yeah, no pun intended. The original.
Oh, there was a pun intended there. I saw what he did.
The original slate of games that came out in arcades that were the Royal Rumbles or the WrestleManias, they were fighting games. I agree with you that, but I also think that I'm just gonna say, for the sake of argument, the WWE, the 2K WWE games are fighting games. Yes, you have a lot more that you can do within them, but ultimately you have to battle. You
That's
have
an
to
arena.
do fights. They have
Yeah,
special
but-
moves. You got meters
mean-
in some of the games.
I can agree to a certain point, but it's still, I would still consider it a sports simulator or an it's a sports simulator. I mean, or an entertainment simulator because it's entertainment wrestling. I'm just saying.
However, because we're talking about fantasy characters, and if we're going by that logic, Tekken would be a sports simulator because they're doing martial arts, which are considered sports.
So they're doing that. Okay, whatever.
I mean,
If there's a boxer. quick
I go ahead.
Like the,
yeah, I'm gonna throw my opinion into the ring here, and that is to kind of side with Trey on the simple notion that martial arts is a form of fighting discipline. And even when you break it down to UFC, even though it's sanctioned events, you are doing mixed martial arts and you are doing engaging in hand-to-hand combat with somebody, which is called fighting. So, with that being said, yes, I have to agree. We should stem that into there on that principle alone. I will say, if anyone ever from WWE headquarters or 2K Games watches this, do us a favor and go back to the SmackDown style that you did on PlayStation. Not like PS2. I'm talking about PS1.
Yes.
Where you could, like, you go through, like, oh, I'm going to get a tag team. Go for the tag team titles. Who do you want? And you can, like, select from people and then, like, shut you down if they didn't like you. They'd be like, no, we ain't going to tag with you. Jeff Hardy, go get Matt Hardy, tag team titles. Just saying.
Hey, you know something? I'll throw it back even further. I want to see him do another freaking Royal Rumble from like the arcade style.
I would love it. I would
Dude,
love it.
like the Mortal Kombat style arcade
Oh,
version of
They-
WWE.
If
Or
you
WWE.
want to, you want to
They did a
back
new
to-
one called Battle Crashers, I think, or Battle.
Battlecade. It's
No.
the one-
They just released one. like, a couple
Battlegrounds.
weeks-
Battlegrounds.
Yeah,
So it's been a few
it's,
months.
it's cartoony as hell, but,
But
yeah.
I'm talking. I'd rather him just do that with old school freaking wrestlers that we knew and loved back in the day. I just remember my freaking main from that was the Undertaker because he was amazing.
Everybody used the Undertaker. Everybody.
Dude, how awesome was it? He went to a knee and shot ghosts across the freaking stage. Come on.
Yes.
Not to mention that he freaking he just brought a tombstone out of nowhere and just smacked somebody in the head with it. Come on.
How about Yokozuna?
Sounds
Whenever
about
you
right.
hit Yokozuna, chicken, cheeseburgers,
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
steak, everything would fall out of his back when you hit like.
Don't forget, hey,
arcade damage.
Don't sleep on Doink the Clown. Don't sleep on Doink the Clown.
God,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that buzzer was lethal. It was
Hell yeah.
You know what I want to see him bring back though? Speaking of these kind of games, is Ready to Rumble boxing.
I was going to
Yes.
say that was going to be the boxing game. I had to, Ready to Rumble.
You privileged
Afro Thunder.
Dreamcast having Bamas.
Afro Thunder, let's go. Ah, da, da, da. Yes.
I've actually You seen the video?
With Bruce Buffer. I want Bruce Buffer back too, because he was the one who did the "Let's get ready to rumble" on that. Oh yeah,
that game was legendary.
You ain't got to pay him nothing. He ain't watching us. Calm down.
No, I'm saying if they brought him back, they'd have to
Oh, yeah, of course. They had to pay him for that. What you talking about?
Exactly. Well, I mean, technically, we had to see the contract, see if he's still on the contract for it. But yeah, that was the name of the game. So
I'm pretty sure he trademarked that.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
So
man, this episode has literally had us going back down memory lane for games.
Yes, that was the point of the episode, for us to have fun. Take it to back in the day. Not so uptight as some of these episodes we would have done.
So, does anybody else disagree or agree with Dragon's statement?
I have to like personally. I've already said that I believe a boxing game is a fighting game because I picked up. Well, Trey will know this one. Dudley, Balrog, boxers in Street Fighter. So it's like, different disciplines. Steve Fox, Brian Fury, Bruce. Like these guys kickbox or some kind of boxing.
Well, Bruce was
they fight.
Well, depending.
So.
I mean, I can agree to a certain point, but I am going to stand by my statement saying fighting games are fighting games, and MMA games are MMA games. I'm sorry, because I get it, but at the end of the day, Street Fighter, any game like that, it's a fantasy fighting game. You know what I'm saying? UFC 1, 2, and 3, those are based on real life people. WWE are based on real life people. That's why I'm saying it's more of a sports entertainment media. I'm talking like Street Fighter. You got people that don't exist in real life.
But man, I don't know. Somebody might throw Hadouken out there like
I just want to sit there and say,
hey, I would hope so. Then one day I'd be able to shoot one.
I have two thoughts on this because two things just popped in my head. One, Godoni, by that logic, Shaq Fu is a sports game.
Oh God. All right, guys, it's been fun.
On that note, let's close this out.
On Nintendo Switch,
there's nothing
if you use the Joy-Cons on the Street Fighter Turbo Anniversary Edition they released, there is a Hadouken simulator, and you can literally use the Joy-Cons to throw Hadouken.
There is. Hey, seeing as Trey is the Street Fighter guru, which Street Fighter was the first Street Fighter that you could actually play as Akuma?
Wasn't that third edition?
Nope, you're wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong.
Super Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. You had to unlock him, but there was a way you could play him in that.
I thought you could only fight him.
Nope, you can play him on the. I can literally turn it on and do because you had to highlight it. There was a way you could do it. You had to unlock him by so you start on Ryu, then you have to you wait 4 seconds, then you go to the next one, which I think is Guile. Then you go to Cammy, then you go to somebody else, then you go back up to Ryu, and you have to do this, and it's 4 seconds on each character, and you have to get there, and then you have to hit all the punch buttons and the start button at the same time, and you can. It's a possibility to unlock him.
So, I did not. So that's why I didn't. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
In which Mortal Kombat can you play Chun-Li?
Hey, wait. Can I have multiple choice on this?
The Mortal Kombat movie.
A, none of the above. B, none of the above. C, none of the above. Or D, go fuck yourself. I'm going with D.
Gonna go Mortal Kombat the movie. There you go.
Why don't you tell us?
Yeah, she was in there somewhere. You had to look for her. She had to look for her.
Scorpion was clapping them cheeks. Anyway,
I'm just gonna say this. Hey, I'm going to say this once and once only. Mortal Kombat movie shit on any Street Fighter movie ever made.
You won't get an argument here.
Okay,
not really an argument.
Wait. No, hold on. Pause. Any Street Fighter movie?
Okay, if we're gonna break
barring the freaking animated, because the animated doesn't.
Okay.
Live action.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I was gonna say, if that's the case.
Although Scorpion's Revenge kind of did shit on the Street Fighter movie. I'm just saying.
Godoni's just a fanboy. That's all I hear there.
No, I have to say, the Street Fighter movie, the live action movie of Street Fighter, was terrible.
The best part of that movie is Raul Julia, and we will talk more about that on Snack and Flick. But because you brought up that, I do have a question for everybody on the panel. This is another one of Trey's magical audibles that he pulls out of his ass. So
we love those audibles.
Exactly. We have brought up Tekken, we brought up Mortal Kombat, we brought up Street Fighter. So a while back we had a Tekken versus Street Fighter, which wasn't too good.
Hey, wait. Have a nice day, guys.
I'll say, who are you talking to?
That is a title that we shall not speak of.
Exactly.
That was an awful iteration of Tekken.
Mortal Kombat versus DC. We don't talk about that one either.
So
I mean, there are games that are made, and then there's games that are made that you just don't talk about.
The worst part about that, it was supposed to be a second part where it was supposed to be Tekken versus Street Fighter. Yes.
Versus Tekken. Well, actually, no. The one we got was Street Fighter versus Tekken.
And it was supposed to be Tekken versus Street Fighter.
And the closest we got was Akuma in the last Tekken game, which wasn't. He's not a bad character there. However,
bad character. He's the best character.
He's not a bad character.
He's broken.
Oh, God.
He's busted.
He has no business being there. He's throwing fireballs across it. Anyway.
I digress from the point.
He's about to take me down that road. Anyway, but with that said, we've seen that besides the one that shall not be named, but I'm gonna name it anyway, Mortal Kombat versus DC. What other fighting game do you think would fit well against Mortal Kombat in a versus scenario like they did Mortal Kombat versus DC?
You know, so let's just figure all the beautiful crossovers. So you had Capcom versus SNK. That was great.
Great.
Because that was what they did. What, three of those or two of them? I think it was just two, right? Capcom versus SNK.
Great.
I think there was three.
I would say I'd want to see, because I've seen people do mashups where it's like they make the freaking cartoon and they do the sprites, and it's hilarious because they have like the Mortal Kombat sprites and then they have like the Street Fighter sprite, but they do it. I would like to see freaking Mortal Kombat versus Capcom. To be honest with you, that would be pretty sick.
So Capcom versus SNK, there's 3 titles.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember if it was
Just
2 or 3. Yeah,
I didn't know, and I wanted to check. Just want to let everyone know. There's 3 of them.
Cool.
Against Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. Street Fighter versus Capcom. Mortal Kombat versus Capcom would be dope. I mean, think about it. They all have powers.
Yes.
You'd have to narrow it down a little bit. That's a wide list.
That is
okay. Fine. Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Have the Armageddon roster versus everybody.
Yeah.
No. All right, I'll narrow it down. Mortal Kombat, everybody throw out the best Mortal Kombat ever made. Trilogy. Okay, Mortal Kombat trilogy versus Street Fighter roster.
Okay, that would be.
It would work.
It would definitely. Okay.
You could easily make fatalities for the Street Fighter characters. It wouldn't be a big deal. I'm pretty sure Sagat would probably just tiger uppercut your head off.
I'll probably throw a tiger shot
or tiger knee into the body exploding. That would be freaking amazing.
Tiger knee low, take out your kneecaps, you drop down to your knees.
Yeah, and then
really high,
and takes your head
take
off
your arms, and then tiger destruction to take your head off. I would love
see? You see, it would work.
I think if they did more of an Injustice style, I could go back. I wouldn't mind going back to the DC versus Mortal Kombat. If they did Injustice style, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll 100% agree with Tristan there. If you were to take NetherRealm Studios, NetherRealm Studios doing it though. Yes. They have to.
There you go.
The NetherRealm Studios merge of DC versus Mortal Kombat, and let NetherRealm run with it with an M-rated.
NetherRealm did do Mortal Kombat versus DC.
That's what you're agreeing. You're agreeing.
Yeah.
They're just saying they're taking those characters and putting them underneath the non-NetherRealm characters from Street Fighter, bringing them over and letting them do the graphics.
The
Injustice
style.
No, that's what he's saying is take Injustice and mix it with Mortal Kombat Now, both of those Now games, and that's what they're saying. That's what he wants to see.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say because
Like-
NetherRealm technically did do Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Okay, I want to
Injustice.
give them a second
I said
chance to
Injustice.
correct their mistake. Let me
Yeah.
go ahead and put it that way.
Okay, yes, they
Especially
definitely should.
Especially when there's a big difference when that came out with what they're doing now. I want them to take what they're doing now and apply it to fix that mistake, so we can just erase that mistake altogether.
Well,
So you're saying
side note, didn't they put Mortal Kombat characters in Injustice 2?
They did.
They had
No.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
They had
but
Sub-Zero.
They
Right,
had
they
Zero
had-
and
and, then they, and then they added Joker to MK11. So they're kind of hinting at it, but I want to see them do a mashup
Okay.
where they
The
take it as an
full roster,
M-rated
yeah.
fatality title.
So
And
you
Yeah, but the problem with that
wanna-
is Warner Brother doesn't ever want their characters to die. That's the problem.
Warner Brothers can.
We're gonna kill Superman 5 times, but hey, he's coming back every time.
That's not
But it's
true
okay to
because
kill
in,
Joker?
Injustice, in the storyline in Injustice, Superman kills Joker.
Yeah,
There's
I
death-
know.
there's death in the Injustice. That's part of
That's
the,
just in the Injustice line.
but that's what I'm talking. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
We want the Injustice lineup with the Injustice contract parameters.
Yeah,
where-
that was actually one of the best like cinematic scenes.
Again, you're getting away from
and he
what they're
killed
getting at.
Shazam too.
I get it. I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I said Injustice. That's what I.
Gotcha.
Okay, I
I
got
gotta
you.
agree with him here. It would be a fantastic title.
That would be
See
I
the
would- I would
Batmobile
agree
when it
with
actually
Chris
runs
saying
over
that.
somebody, just like smear him across and splatter him. Killer Croc fucking
Bane
bites
killing
somebody's head
somebody.
off.
Hey, wait. You mean like
Killing
the train in Mortal Kombat 3?
Like,
Yeah.
who else?
Bow! Oh, you're dead.
Solomon Grundy
So,
just
but
Darkseid killing
you-
somebody.
I have to throw
Stage
this out
name.
there, guys. I have to throw this out there. You do understand that if Supes really wanted to murder everybody, there's nobody on any roster that's going to stop him, right? Without a little growing rock,
Hold
it's
up,
not going to happen.
hold up. Just for some
I
rage out here.
disagree.
Goku would beat him.
See,
I disagree.
Let's start that bullshit.
Actually,
You really about to
Actually,
real fucking
there's another
Doomsday would
YouTube
kill him.
video.
Sorry,
who?
Doomsday.
Hey, wait. Doomsday
He
tried to
didn't-
kill him and he came back. So yeah, no.
Actually, to
I'm gonna
counteract
say
the rage,
Doomsday would definitely.
I'm gonna need you to sit down
No.
and mind
Stand
physics.
Stand up.
Doomsday couldn't kill him.
Doomsday.
No,
I
Doomsday did not
disagree.
kill him.
Okay.
so there was there's another one I watched of like I forget what the YouTube series is, but they pit people together and see who would actually
Death
win in
battle?
a fight.
That battle.
Yeah.
Death battles, yeah. And actually Goku would lose because of a character flaw.
Yes.
Goku would lose because of a character flaw.
Yes.
And
It
that
was-
is that
He
is
wants-
he would not want to fight Superman at anything less than full power.
Yes.
And so
No,
where
wait.
Superman gains power from the sun, he could potentially block
Goku
out
would
the sun.
instant transmission him into the sun.
Yeah. And
Anyway,
he would
these death battles, these are the ones that had like Deadpool versus the Joker.
yes.
Yes.
My favorite one of all time
Well,
from
Deathloop
that.
versus Slade.
My favorite one was Batman versus Darth Vader. That was freaking amazing.
Yeah, but did you see Iron Man versus Lex Luthor?
I don't think I did.
Watch that.
Do they show them as live action people?
No.
No, that's Bat in the Sun. That's Bat in the Sun. They do live action stuff.
That dude, those are
Those
amazing.
are good because they actually have martial artists that they create. So
Don't forget, Homeboy was actually in it. The Green Ranger was actually in it.
Yes.
Yes.
Jason
Tommy
David
is
Frank.
never
Jason David
retiring.
Yeah.
I don't even know his real. I don't care what his real name is.
It's
Jason
Jason
It's
Okay,
David.
I don't care.
It's
Frank.
Tommy.
It's Tommy.
It's
His
Tommy.
name is Tommy.
Tommy. All
I'm
right.
call it
You get
Tommy.
that.
I'm gonna call
Hey,
it.
on a side note, he's actually one of the nicest human beings I've ever met.
Yeah, he is. He's super nice. He goes to all the anime conventions and whatnot, man. He's like,
Yeah.
all
Oh
about-
no, I met him at one of the conventions that I went to.
Actually,
and-
again, to go back to the theory of if they're based on real people, then they are considered sports games. That means Power Rangers is a sports game because Jason David Frank did MMA.
Yes.
I knew where he was going, and I couldn't stop him. But okay, so
Sometimes I hate you so much, Ro. So much. God damn it, Ro.
Checking the comments on Facebook. Patrice said, "Oop, Blur's Rays activated." Yes, because we were talking about some Blur stuff. You want to see more about that? Check out Blur's Whiskey on Sundays. But it's a coming. Shut up, cheesy fries. And Trey sitting up in his seat. Yes, I was, because you're talking about comics, and that's my expertise. But I digress. Back to what we were talking about. As far as, so my understanding, you want to have a DC versus Mortal Kombat 2, basically, but done in the new style. Am I correct?
Yes,
okay.
Injustice style. Yes.
All right.
With actual fatalities, please.
That would work.
Please.
Maybe we could clip this whole conversation, put it up there, and then send it over to Warner Brothers and NetherRealm and see what happens. Well,
yeah, and then Warner Bros. Will look at it and go, "Nah, fuck off."
Never know.
Actually, NetherRealm may not. May not.
Never know. So that's why we need people out there to share, like, and subscribe.
I like it.
Don't forget to follow your individual creators as well. Because we work hard to be here for you every week. We work just as hard to be there for our individual channels.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we touched on that. They touched on that. I've been taking notes and coming up with audibles.
We forgot about the other one.
Since we had
What other one?
No, there was one more.
Oh, there was one more. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It was
You want me to bring it up?
arcade versus console, and if you chose console, controller versus arcade stick.
Oh, okay.
Fight stick.
Let's go around the panel.
I mean, clearly, I have my choice behind me.
Yes.
I'm an arcade. I have always been more partial to the arcade stick. It is just better and more fluent, and it's easier to work. It's just so much easier to play a fighting game. I'll be hands down. I had the Mortal Kombat trilogy fight stick that came with 1, 2, and 3 as a digital download, and I used to use that for Injustice, and I beat the living hell out of people with Harley Quinn and in Injustice 1 because I could just easily combo the shit out of people in that and just keep going. Yeah, hey, I was a cheese character. I don't give a damn what you say. It was fun because as Harley Quinn, is you're just beating them up and then you backflip, you front flip over them and then you just keep going back and forth. And when you have an arcade fighting stick, it's so much easier to do that.
You gotta come see me in that Injustice.
I will definitely.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I will agree with Godoni. I wouldn't say arcades, but console arcade sticks. I prefer them. The only problem with them, they break too easily.
They can.
And once they're broken, yes,
they can if you're rough on them. Yeah.
So I'm gonna add to that because I do love the fight sticks, and actually Razer makes a fight stick for both consoles. That actually works like a $300 fight stick.
There's like sticks I will never have.
So it's fully customizable, down to the wiring, down to the buttons, down to whatever you want to throw on there.
Buttons. I think you can throw
silent buttons too.
Yeah, that and what will combo. You can customize everything. It's quite literally for $300 you're getting a super fight stick, and I had one for a short amount of time. I did not use it enough. I had a good friend who does. He uses it still to this day. I will praise that thing up and down. It was beautiful. I loved it. For the price you pay. I'm also a fan of, if I'm really into something, I'm going to spend the money on it. Case in point, when I started getting my streaming, I got my mic, I got all my setups. But that's worth it. That's one of those things that's super worth it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you with the streaming thing. I did the same thing.
Right, Fair enough. For me,
hey, trade it too.
For me, it's probably me and Trey. I'm not sure how Trey feels about this, but me, I'm a pad player for life, man. It's been said by one of the greatest Street Fighter players ever to walk this earth that there is no real difference. It's more of a comfortable thing. It's more of a comfortable, like what you're comfortable with. One of the best players in the world, arguably, is a pad player. I don't know if you guys know him. Trey probably does. His name is Punk. And another guy called Idom. They're pad players. Idom's actually the best player in the world because he was the last one to win Capcom Cup.
Is Idom the guy from South Korea?
No, Idom is from New York, sir.
Okay. I was just saying, I remember reading an article a couple years ago actually, and it's crazy because I'm into competitive gaming, as we know. There's one guy that enters these tournaments, and he sits exactly and if it's a 32-inch TV, he's a pad player, sits exactly 17 inches away from the TV. That way, he has the maximum reaction time between what's going on the screen and his eyes to counteract his hands. There's a science behind it.
Player?
Yeah, I forget his name. I'll find the article and I'll share it to the page.
There's only one person who does that. That's Tokido. He's not a pad player. He uses the tape measure too. That's Tokido.
Is that? I thought he was a pad player. Either way, I mean,
It's Tokido.
That's how intense competitive gaming is. That's crazy.
He's got a point. He literally will measure the distance from the screen to get maximum reaction time out of his hands for what's going on the screen.
Hey, wait, now, seeing as everybody is talking about competitive gaming, and I'm pretty sure Trey's gonna know this, and Tristan's gonna know. I'm pretty sure Darren will know it. You'll know it. What is the single greatest moment ever in competitive fighting gaming moment?
Moment 37, baby. There is no other. Moment 37. Woo.
I am not aware. I'll be honest.
You never saw the Chun-Li versus I think he was playing Ken.
Yes, exactly.
Where
I remember that one.
He parried Chun-Li's
whole
super. He parried her whole super with no health.
Oh,
and literally it was Justin Wong. Yeah. And he was like back, and he just came.
But that's why if you're a Street Fighter fighter, you gotta know what level your blocks are going. You gotta know what you're parrying and what direction to go in the opposite direction of in order to do that. Like that shit takes expertise. So
you gotta press forward.
And you don't understand how difficult that was because you have to hit a parry within a millisecond of the actual attack. He hit like 25 parries in a row. That shit was amazing.
Hold up and blocked the hit in the air too.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole shebang. Moment 37 is the greatest moment.
Yes.
Ever in any competitive style.
Or there was another one though, but it was for the gag. Tristan would know about it. I can't remember his name, but Mr. 13-0.
Oh, Sonic Fox and Perfect Legend. Oh my, yo, Sonic Fox will take that boy will cook you and then I know I'm betting you, baby. I'm gonna beat you 10-0 first. I actually watched it in person. I was there. He beat him 10-0 first, and then was like, you know what? I'll give you 3 more. Mopped him again. 13-0. Never forget.
Yes, in history, is the only person ever happened to. He talked the most trash. What was it? I can't remember the game.
I think
it was Mortal Kombat X or 9, either X or 9.
But yes, he talked the most trash. I mean, it was known. He's known as a trash talker, but he was at top of his game, and came after somebody and got caught with a 13-0, and nothing he could say about it.
Okay.
To this day,
I watch a lot of those competitive gaming, and you watch some of the people. Like they showed one where a dude was playing Law versus, oh god, I can't remember who it was, but this dude as Law beat this dude, right? And he's just like, yeah, get it, yeah, it's over. And next thing, he just got mopped perfect 2 rows, and he's like, somebody was like, the announcer was like, maybe a little too early to trash talk and talk shit.
It definitely happens a lot in fighting games.
Oh yeah,
it's like, hey, you're gonna start talking this trash because you think you got it, and all of a sudden.
I will say, when you're on the receiving end of that happening, though, it's
a humbling experience.
Yes and no. So when I go to these anime conventions, I do the competitive gaming things that they have there. My little sister Ivy is a huge Smash and Street Fighter fan. Never played Tekken before though, and I remember they were doing a Tekken 3 tournament. I dick around with Tekken. I'll play it a little bit. It's not my competitive game, but I was like, you know what? It's fun. Man. So we entered it, and second round we both survived our first rounds just fine. Second round, here we go. Brother and sister facing off.
She beat you, didn't she, Ro?
She whooped my ass.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, it was Tekken 2. It was Tekken 2. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bring Eddie Gordo because that's just wrong.
Tekken 3.
Tekken 3.
Is
Okay.
he like banned at this point?
Yeah. So I was like, but I'm not gonna do that. And oh my god, I should have. However, I talked the most shit going into it. As you guys can tell, I love to shit talk. We're up on stage and it's just and
then he caught him.
He looks at me and just goes, you know, for you being so much older than me and out of school, I just took you to school. And everyone just whoa. And I gave her a big, I was proud of her. I'll admit it. To this day, and as soon as this is over, I'm gonna text her that I talked about this, and she'll rub it in my face some more. One of the greatest feeling moments, because it's you know.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Now I am the master."
I refuse to let any of my siblings beat me in anything. So no, I'm petty.
Oh, I try not to.
He said,
I try not
You know
to.
what? I gotta
turn off the console. That's how
he said, "I'm petty."
You
no,
one of those.
I have a moment.
I'm only like that with my siblings. Like if I'm in a public setting, I'm not gonna turn off the console. But here in the house, they can't talk no trash. Nope.
I had a moment growing up. I ain't gonna lie. This happened, you know, when I was a lot younger, 18, 19. I went over a friend's house with my girlfriend at the time, and we were playing Tekken. And I'm winning. I'm constantly winning, and I know in the back of my head, I know he's letting me win because he wants me to look good for my girlfriend. So as soon as my girlfriend left, I cussed my friend out, and from that day forward, I announced I will never allow anyone to win like that. No, I refused. I refuse. If you win against me, it's because you earned it. I don't hand out shit. I refuse to hand out shit. I would never hand out shit because that shit sucks when you get that handed to you. No, it sucks.
Hey, on a side note, Darren's probably one of those parents playing Mario Kart with his kids. Oh, you about to catch this goddamn blue shell? I don't give a shit anymore.
I don't give a shit. You about to catch.
That's saying Darren's kids already beat him in Mario Kart because you don't get first place.
Or you're gonna catch the red shell. You're gonna catch these hands.
You
catch all these hands. Life ain't fair.
Being on the other end of that doing the humiliating is kind of fun too. So I remember when Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock came out, and it was all over the stores, people test playing it. I was in Boston. It was in a Best Buy in Boston, and there's just a group of people watching this kid play. This guy's playing on hard. Whoop-de-doo. I was a semi-pro Guitar Hero player. I can play on expert. I literally can play the hell out of Guitar Hero. And I'm just watching this guy mop up on these people who are playing on like medium and easy. And so I was like, all right, I'll play. And there's just like this giant crowd. And I put the guitar behind my back. I was adjusting the strap. I let him pick his song. It was like while it was loading, and he hit start on it. I literally flipped the guitar up behind my back, caught it behind my head, played the entire song on hard because I let him pick the difficulty behind my head, 100%ed it, and we just went shrugged.
He's like, this is the first time I've ever played this game. I don't know what I'm doing.
That you just demolished like that?
Oh, I was 16 and he was like 22.
Oh, never mind.
I literally just went, and I was like, all right, my turn.
Is the game on? Is it working?
Were you playing? Did you play? I don't remember seeing it.
I was like, can we do this again? And I'll just pick it. And then I did the Metal by Tenacious D on Expert. And he walked away halfway through.
Yo.
You know, if you want to piss people off in Guitar Hero, the song to put someone against, yes, through the fires and flames. Oh God.
The Devil Went Down to Georgia was actually really good too.
That shit was crazy.
The Devil Went Down to Georgia as well, because the cover that Steve, I think it was Steve Weeman did that. Oh man. Oh.
I was never good at guitar. Well,
we used to do band. Oh, was it band? It was Band Hero. We used to do that.
Band Hero, Guitar Hero, and Rock Band.
Yeah.
Yes.
But of course, I don't have the dexterity. I got bare claws for hands. I don't have it. But
yeah, I had that problem, but after a while, you just get used to it.
I need to get Rock Band stuff for my friend. I actually have. The cool thing about Rock Band is they allowed me to port it up through the years, so I have a Rock Band 4 library of a little over 4,000 songs, something like that. I have like pretty much everything they have.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But
funny
fact, they're still making songs for it too.
Yeah.
But Rock Band I always thought was more inferior than Guitar Hero. Play
It
wild.
was, but
First game
again, they continue going where Guitar Hero said, "All right, we're done."
Well, Guitar
That's
Hero.
because Guitar Hero Live completely shit the bed for everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
The
Like,
damn guitars
You
work out the time.
changed the whole button system. You went from 5 buttons to 6, and they're on top of each other, and you're like, wait, what?
They want to teach you to play guitar better.
No, if that's the case, I'm going with Rocksmith.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna play a real guitar,
And we digress again.
Yes.
We have guys, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
It is that time.
Who got the Chappelle thing? Come on.
Zach, you supposed
Wrap
to
it up.
That's you. That's you. You're supposed to get it.
Exactly.
Remember,
You were
Mister?
supposed
My bad,
Wrap
I
it up. I
forgot.
gotta go on vacation. Wrap it up. I gotta go on
Exactly.
vacation.
I got
Yeah.
At this point, I'm starving.
Hey, I'm gonna get it for the next one. You watch. I'm gonna get that GIF, and
Just towards the hour and 40-minute mark, we need to start running that GIF. But anyway, thank you guys who stayed tuned in with us for this entire conversation. We had great fun. We're gonna get it next week. I don't think we've agreed on it. We might be talking about platformers next week. I think.
No, we are. That's what we agreed on. Platformers. So we get to talk about stuff like Castlevania, Mega Man.
More old school
Hey,
conversation.
as
Ninja Turtles, like we said earlier.
as Trey always says, don't blow the load.
You're right. You're
I
right.
mean,
Okay.
essentially, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff that's going to make me giddy like a little schoolgirl, and I'm excited about that.
Everything makes you giddy like a schoolgirl. Just a little bit.
Not everything.
Stop
You
it.
sure the hell not.
I'm just saying, no, you be like,
Although we know you wish I was a schoolgirl, but no.
Well, all right. That's
On
it.
that note,
Check out on that one. Let's go ahead and wrap that one up.
Fun. Make sure you follow everybody on the social medias. It's your boy Trey Proper everywhere.
Dragon Chills everywhere.
Gadoni here.
all depends. Hitman X86.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you it all. I don't care. All right.
Stop it, Trey. Stop it, Trey.
Uniformity. Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna get it. My first piece of merchandise for the show is gonna be uniformity as a T-shirt.
He's going to wear it.
Hey, wait, Trey, are you
it.
saying he should conform to the uniformity that he should be doing?
No, because that means I would have to change my name 50,000.
No, I'm saying him. He should conform to the uniformity that you guys have for all of your stuff, as in one name.
Although, in some aspects, I will sit there and say, because I'll bring this up, my Facebook name and my YouTube name are different because they have to be, because apparently there's already an RO Nemesis, which is
That
weird.
son of a bitch.
Probably me, but I forgot the email. So on Facebook and YouTube, I am RO Nemesis Gaming.
So you screwed yourself. Played
Will we
yourself.
ever wrap
All
up
right.
this show?
Yes. RO Nemesis Gaming. RO underscore.
Good. Time to go home, gentlemen.
All right, y'all.
Hey, you're not even tired. You didn't work today. Stop it.
Ugh.
Or wait, never